All right. Well, thank you guys for coming. I'm super excited to talk to you a little bit today about duplication and really using simple systems to help that within your organization. Some of the top businesses, top organizations in Plexus are successful because they have very duplicatable systems that they use every single month, and their teams have bought into those systems and are using them to train their people. It's important that we get our teams to buy into the systems that we are doing so that we can easily onboard somebody and get them ready and going and sharing without having to hold their hand, for 2 to 3 months. A lot of these things are in a lot of these notes are obviously on our team pages, and we can put them in the units on our pages as well. But it's verbatim. It literally helps you engage different types of people that are within your organization, whether they're active, inactive, potentials, current customers, anything, and get them involved in the systems. And I know Suzanne and I have started these 3-day challenges that we're going to be doing every single month. We're going to start with 2 times a month. Next month, they probably won't be right in a row. It's just because of the holidays that we did that. And we're also doing these power hours to guide people through how to get people engaged in our systems and our 3-day challenges, and to duplicate, but also how to reach out to people, how to work this business efficiently so that they can spend their time focused and not have to come up with 2-3 hours a day, especially those of us who are busy, who are stay-at-home moms or who have full-time jobs. We only have a certain amount of time to work our businesses every single day. And so we need to take that time and use it wisely and focused and have an agenda. And these power hours are really going to help. So on top of getting your teams to buy into the system of 3-day challenges, you really need to get your team to buy into these power hours, right? And we'll have them at different times too, to kind of see what works best for everybody, but they're always going to be available via recording as well. This one is modeled off of Brooke Hemingway, another one of her power hours that's just fabulous. So I wanted to share that with you guys. The focus today is going to be on duplication and why it's so important. If you're the only one on your team doing the work, yes, you will grow. You will, but it's going to be very slow, and it's not going to get you to your goals probably in a timely fashion. And the whole beauty of network marketing is to reach other people's circles outside of your own to help bless them, and we can't do that by ourselves. And so it's going to be important to really, really utilize these types of things to focus on duplication in a simple system. So we're going to talk about how to use our 3-day challenge group. We're going to talk about offering samples to folks. And I realize that everybody's in a different place in their business. So we're going to talk about options, okay? Because some people aren't able to, afford a sample of each thing to their potentials. And I get that, okay? So we're going to talk about options. We're going to talk about inactive ambassadors, customers, and potentials, and getting all of your people into this 3-day challenge group. All of your ambassadors, all of your potentials, all of your customers, they don't have to necessarily be on the 3-day challenge pack. If they have a stick of Slim, add them to the group. Of course, ask permission. If they have Metaburn, if they have the triplex, add them to the group. Because they will be exposed to stories. It'll build their belief. They will see how people are having success with these products. They might find that maybe there's a product that we're, sampling that could really, really benefit them. And there's that support and just kind of, to see our culture. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to reach out to our active level ones. These are the easy people to reach out to, and sometimes we forget about them because they're doing good, they loving their products, but they have not bought into the system yet, or maybe they're not sharing, or maybe you haven't trained them as well as you had hoped, right? So first we need to find a list of all your active level ones. So what I need you guys to do is to go into your virtual offices. Do you think it would be helpful for me to show you how to do this? Or Or do you guys, I mean, I think you guys all know. Okay, so go into your virtual offices, go to points, click on that, and then you're going to want to arrange it by levels so that your level ones pop up top, and then by join date. We're going to start reaching out to your newest level ones first, and you might want to organize the PV column because these are active level ones. These are level ones that are consistently ordering. Whether they're sharing or not, they're consistently ordering every single month, okay? And then I'm going to, while you guys are making that list, if you haven't already, what I'm going to do is I'm going to type the example message in the chat so that you guys have that available for you. And then I'm going to kind of go through the example real quick after I put that up here, okay? So I'll give you a few seconds, few minutes to grab your lists. Okay. You guys can continue to work on getting your lists. I'm going to add a few things. I put a message that you can send these folks in the chat. Know that you can personalize these as you'd like. But with this type of message, especially those of us who have a lot of active level ones, it's okay to copy and paste. I don't encourage that very often, but with these types of messages, I think that's okay. If they say yes, add me to the group, right? Then you're gonna go to the notes that are in the team pages and proceed from there. Because if they say add me, then you'll say, great, we're really looking to get as many people in this challenge as possible this month to help educate and share experiences with our new products. Does anyone come to mind that could benefit from these products? Or you could say, great, could I help you with a really simple way to invite some people to learn more about the benefits of these products? Again, you're inviting these folks to share, right? But keeping it super simple and light, right? I already said that it's okay to copy and paste. And once you're able to get them into the challenge, even if they're not open to sharing yet, like if they shoot you down and they're like, you know, I'm not really sure of anybody. I just want to be in the challenge group to learn more right now. That's okay. Take the challenge group and utilize tight-knit follow-up to help engage them throughout it. And then once they're done with the challenge, saying something like this, okay, what did you think about the challenge? Now that you've gone through it, can you think of anyone that might benefit from our products? It's important to keep revisiting that, guys, because I think people are hesitant. But once they see how simple it is, if we keep it that way, I think you'll see a lot more people being more open to that when you continue to revisit that. All right, I'm gonna set the clock for 3 minutes, and we can aim to message at least 5 to 7 of our level ones, okay? And since we're muted, guys, feel free to use your voice messenger. That always helps me tackle like 2 times as much. Okay, guys, you can revisit these later. But hopefully that helps with your active level ones and reaching out to them about our newly designed challenge groups. Okay, next group of people that I want to focus on are your adopted level ones. We all have some of these folks. They might be your level twos, threes, who knows. But in order to gather these folks and encourage duplication with them as well, perhaps their sponsors, have taken a step back from the business. Maybe they never really shared. Maybe they, are still taking their products and loving their products, and it's just not in the cards right now for them to be building a team. You don't want these folks to fall through the cracks. And again, if we get them to buy into the system, your ability to lead them is so simple, because all we're doing is guiding them through a funnel, if you will, and then showing them how to do this. Inviting them to watch one of these power hours, I think, would be a great idea as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to send them a message that sounds something like this, and I'll put it in the chat in a sec. Hi, Mary. My name is Kate. I wanted to introduce myself and see how I can help. I see that you have been faithfully taking X, Y, and Z. You can look at their order history in their accounts, or you can just say your products if you want. Sometimes it's nice to personalize. And I have a feeling you have an incredible story. Could you take just a minute and share your story with me? I would love to hear it. As you can see, I didn't mention anything about the 3-day challenge or anything like that. We're building a relationship with these folks. So if you haven't talked to them in a while, or maybe you don't regularly follow up with them, you're going to want to start there. Okay. You want to hear their stories. You can add another incredible story to your repertoire, so you can share it with people and to your team page. As the conversation continues with them and you're engaging with them, you can let them know that we have some brand new products, and that we recently redesigned our 3-day challenge. You can ask them if it's okay for you to add them, but you need to see how the conversation flows. And again, all these are in the notes on the team page. If they say yes, which many will, say great. I also want you to let you know that these groups are open to anyone who's taking Plexus products or has a sample in their hands. Have you thought of anybody in your life that could benefit from them as well? Because we can easily get them added to. Tip, a lot of us stop with the person. Okay, we stop with the person and we're afraid to seem pushy, or maybe they've told us in the past that they don't want to share. But it's our job to revisit these 3-day challenges with them. It's not a pushy, salesy group. This is information. This is support that they can, find value from. And if they find value from it, they'll be willing to share it with other people, because why not? So keep it casual and super simple. All right, so I'm going to give you some time to get your list together of some people you want to re-engage that maybe have inactive sponsors, and I will copy and paste that message into the chat for you guys. Yes, Kelly, we all have inactive level ones, and their teams trickle to us. Obviously, if you've introduced yourself to these people that you have in mind before, I mean, you can play with the message a little bit, but the whole point is just to hear their story, check in with them. All right, I'm going to set the clock for 3 more minutes. Is this pace okay, guys? We have a lot to get through, so of course you guys can always go back. Okay. Okay. So continue to kind of go through your VO maybe tomorrow or later this week and kind of look for people that fall into these categories because it's so simple to send them a quick message. All right. The next category is our beloved white lines. Okay. So I'm sure none of you have any, but if you do, right? Yeah. Suzanne has 0, but that's because she's awesome. Okay. So your goal here is it's a big goal, guys. Okay. So this is going to sound scary. Okay. But your goal with these actives is to get them re-engaged into silver. Like that sounds like what? But I'm telling you, Brooke talked about there's a girl on her team that's just really, really good at this. Again, getting people to buy into the system and getting people re-engaged. It's our job as leaders and sponsors to support our people and at the very, very least, connect them with the resources and the systems that we put in place to make sure that they are successful. Okay. So if you have only messaged them about Plexus recently, meaning the last couple messages you sent to these folks, it's Plexus, 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 here's a special, here's the Black Friday deal, blah, 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 blah. You need to build that relationship first, okay? So send them a voice message. I strongly recommend using a voice message feature and say this, okay? And I'll put this in the chat when I'm done. Hey, Kate, I was thinking about you today, and I just wanted to send a message and say Merry Christmas. I hope you and your family enjoy the holidays. I'm super thankful for you and the support you've given me in the past. That's it. Okay? That's it. People need to know that they're appreciated and that you care about them before they need to know anything about anything else. Okay? It's optional to add this. I know the products didn't quite work out as you had hoped, but a lot has changed with our company. And this is only optional if you have not talked about Plexus. You've been building a relationship with them, okay? And you haven't talked about, Plexus stuff recently. But a lot has changed with our company since then. And I just want you to know that I'm always here if you ever want to give it a shot. Okay? White lines who you haven't talked to in a bit, who maybe didn't give it enough time or you think might be really amazing with this opportunity, or they might do really well on the new products and completely avoid die-off symptoms. A lot of times we lose people because they have detox or die-off and they're like, I can't do this. With these 4 products that are in the challenge, that is very unlikely to happen. So it's a great way to kind of revisit with folks to get them on board. Can't remember who it was. Oh, Rebecca Falks, who's amazing at Instagram. She knows her audience so well, guys. And her audience wants skincare and weight loss. They don't want to hear about gut health. Even though she knows how important that is, how she gets them to join her is by giving them what they want. Skincare and weight loss. Once she has them as a customer ambassador in a challenge group, whatever, then that comes. You have to give your potentials what they want. And the only way to do that is to know your potentials. Okay. So think about your audience and what they need and want when you're messaging people, when you're putting posts up, things like that. Okay. Kind of digress. Sorry. So you're going to message them something like this, the people that you haven't talked to in a bit, but you think they would be amazing or really, really do well on the new products. Hey, Kate, I'm not sure if you've heard, but we've had, do you like that I'm using my name for all these? I'm not sure that you've heard, but we had quite a few changes with Plexus recently. A new product or 2, as well as a redesigned 3-day challenge. I was wondering if you'd be willing to take a look, participate in the challenge, and give me some feedback in exchange for a sample of one of our newest products. I really think this might be a good fit for you and lead you to the results you were originally looking for. Okay? That's powerful. Right? And it's completely different than, asking them to go back on the triplex or whatever that might be. If cost was an issue before, send them a message about how this trial group can help them overcome that due to its simplicity and duplication, not to mention the cost effectiveness. I mean, it's $20. You get a $20 coupon, like no brainer, right? You still have that money back guarantee too. and that you would love to lead them to a place where they didn't have to pay for their product. Be confident in your ability to lead people to success. You have to buy into this system. You have to believe that you can lead people to success by utilizing these systems and by making sure that you're inviting everybody to these challenges. Okay, so that's like 3 different messages. So I will put them up in the comments while you guys are gathering your 3 white lines, right? It's not letting me copy and paste in the chat all of a sudden. Hmm. Yeah, it's really weird, but I cannot copy and paste it. Suzanne, if you want to try to, or maybe I can try from the page versus, um, what I just tried. Yeah, it won't work. Sorry. Okay. All right. Thank you, Suzanne, for doing that. I don't understand how that just stopped. Okay. All right, guys. 3 minutes, white lines. Okay. So for time purposes, I'm going to skip the next category, but again, all the notes are on the team pages. This is 10 to 20 white lines that have quit the product that you know about. And just, again, building a relationship, talking about how there's new products, and going from there. But you guys can do that when you have time. All right, so let's skip to potentials because this is super important and we need to be doing at least 3 to 5 asks a day, and that's where potentials fall. So people who have been interested in Plexus in the past, or people you've been building a relationship with and you want to ask them to be a part of a challenge. These are the people that fill your funnel. All the other people that we've been talking about are people that are already with you or have been with you. And we always want to be bringing new people into our business and exposing them to our products. So we're going to say something like this. Hey, Jess, I really enjoyed getting to know you lately. I'm sure you've noticed in my feed or in my stories, whichever one you use, that I'm really passionate about natural health and natural solutions. A couple times a year, we run these 3-day sampling groups where you're able to sample some of the products, learn about the products, and hear stories of people that have had incredible success. I'm wondering if you'd be open to joining the sampling group this time around. I'd love to throw a couple samples in the mail for you today. I'm putting together some packages for about 5 other friends, and I'm wondering if I can do the same for you. Couple things. We can't all afford to do the samples. I get that, okay? So you can talk to them about purchasing a trial pack. You can just send them a stick of Slim. You can talk to them about purchasing the challenge pack. Those are options for you. However, those of you who have or are building successful businesses, sampling is important, okay? It definitely gives back. And that's important to keep on our radar. We have to put into our business what we want to get back. And if we do our due diligence with following up, helping them through the challenge, we all have the challenge toolbox on our, hold on one second, sweetie, on our team page. It's going to work, right? Hold on one second. Okay. So I strongly encourage you to consider sampling. Writing off a bag of Slim every month is probably the cheapest way to do it. Okay. Brooke gives like 2 to 3 products, but she's at a different position than us, and that's okay. You know what I mean? So do what you can, but I encourage you to use sampling as part of your business. When they say yes, say awesome. I'll put those samples in the mail today, and in the meantime, I have a short video I'd love to send you that explains a little bit more about what the products are all about. And then pick a video that speaks to you. It can be about Slim, it can be about MetaBurn, whatever you want it to be, okay? I said that Brooke sends these folks 1 stick of Slim, 1 active, and Joyum usually. Sometimes she'll send them a lean. You could just do active and Slim or collagen, but she does recommend at least 2 things. Again, you can ask them to purchase 2. Another option is, hey, Becky, I'm putting together a few packages for 5 other friends that are taking part in my sampling group next week, and I thought of you. Maybe you've seen me talk about my natural health solutions and what they've done for me. But if not, this is a great chance for you to see. Oh, but if not, this is a great chance for you to see what it's all about. Would it be okay if I also popped a few samples in the mail for you? And then there's a voice message option as well. Keep these simple. They're free samples, guys. Most people are going to say no to free samples, okay? So keep them super simple. And then if you get a yes, there's also what you should say. A tip, when you're asking them to be, if it's okay to add them to the group, you're going to want to send them a screenshot of the group so that they can see what it looks like. And so it takes away all user error of, I didn't find the group, or I didn't see the invitation, or I didn't, you know what I mean? And then you say, can you please accept this? Now I just added you. Okay. The last option is to upsell them, okay? This is a method that Brooke and Emily teach all the time. They say something like, great, I have those samples ready to send you today. for free. But if you would like to do a full 3-day sampling of the system, it costs $10. They personally buy these challenge packs and then they sell them for $10. Obviously, that's half of what they cost, but that's what they do. Okay, to each his own. Your business is your business. Do what works for you. Okay, but make sure sampling is a part of that. And let's shoot for 6 messages right now. Suzanne, if you can copy that, copy and paste that into the chat, that'd be awesome. Awesome. Okay. Looks like you already did. Yes, Suzanne is awesome at sampling it, and it's important. I love Suzanne's idea of messaging people on their birthdays and asking them if it's okay if you put a stick of Slim in the mail for them. I love that. Okay. All right. 3 minutes, and then I'm going to come back with one more thing that you guys can do tomorrow as well, and then we'll sum it up. Okay, and help Nora eat her orange. Okay. So I wanted to go over 2 more categories of people. In the notes, you'll see that all the categories are split up nicely so you know what to say to whom. Okay. So you can definitely revisit this and revisit it often. You know what I mean? It's a great way to kind of jog your memory about folks. Hopefully, you all are using some kind of CRM like Teamsy or Doe or have a system, because we all know how important follow up is. I used to use a note card system that did wonders for years, but I just got to the point where I had too many note cards. Okay. So actually there's two more categories. Brooke mentioned one, or somebody had a question on her power hour. And so she came up with another message. So the next category is past challenge participants that did not join you. Okay, guys, how many of those do we have? Tons, right? There's no way that every person you put into a 7-day challenge, a 3-day blitz, have given samples to, have pulled the trigger. If so, tell me your secret, right? But this is a great way to kind of revisit things with folks. Go to the just 3 days, because it was our former 7-day group, and look at the members, okay? Think about who you have put into this funnel, but they never pulled the trigger, okay? Maybe some people come to mind right away. And then send this message to them, okay? Again, it's in the notes. We don't have time for it tonight, but if you want to continue to work after this, great. But it's just a great way to ask them about taking another look and telling them that, lots of people don't join right after the first exposure, and that's okay. Maybe the timing was poor. Maybe you didn't follow up. You know what I mean? Say, I feel like I didn't do my due diligence in following up with you. There's no one that's really like knocking down my doors to try Plexus. A lot of the times, the people that join me, it's because I follow up, and it might be for years. But they do come around, okay? The last category that she spoke about is new joins. So people that just joined you, you want to off the bat, as ambassadors, you want to off the bat get them thinking about who they know, okay? Get them exposed to the system. You better believe that all your new ads are in just 3 days. All your ambassadors, okay? So they can see the duplicative system, take part, and you can show them, see, this is how you joined. This is how they're going to join. You know what I mean? Again, just working them through this process, getting them to buy into that. So the new join is just about how excited you are to get them started, and that you wanted to add them to this group that we're running to help them learn more and hear the stories of the people on our team and just how it's blessed people's lives. And then the last sentence is my favorite. It says, I have a feeling you've already thought of others that could benefit from this group as well. And it's open to anyone. Can I help you gather a few friends to learn about this next week with you? Again, keeping it with you, keeping it simple. But don't ever be afraid to ask people to be in that group. And worst case scenario, they do not want to invite friends. Use that follow-up message after they've completed the challenge. Now that you've completed the challenge, can you think of anybody that might benefit from these products? Mom, dad, sister, brother, cousin, aunt, uncle, best friend, teacher, anyone, okay? All right, I hope that was helpful. Just know that we have the ability to boldly share what we have, and we have the systems in place to make sure that we're successful and the people that we bring in to learn about our products and about our opportunity to help them be successful as well. All right. Have a good night.
I want to say it's wonderful, Kate. Wonderful. I love it.
Okay.
Yes, phenomenal. I mean, exceptional. I know we're getting this content from Brooke and Emily Gibson. I mean, just so that you guys know, I mean, we didn't just make this stuff up. It's coming from the masters of massive duplication. Okay. Think about if you're doing this and you're doing this for your level ones and you're getting it going with your personal business and you're duplicating with yourself, then imagine what that's going to happen when you get your team doing this. Okay. You can't control everybody, but you can encourage them. And the more we do this and stick with this system and continue to drill it in and don't stop. I mean, I really do think these challenge box are going to continue. I think the 3-day groups are going to continue. We might change them and tweak them a little bit based on whatever corporate decides to do with those boxes. But I mean, really, why fix what's not broke? I think this is an incredible way of duplication, educating new ambassadors, getting new customers going, converting customers to ambassadors, potentials to ambassadors. I mean, it's just endless. Re-engaging people. I mean, it's endless what we can do with this. And then suggesting that surely you might know 2 or 3 people that could get started with you and do this with you. You know, and like she said, single stick of Slim, get them in there. Any kind of product in their hand, get them in there. Let me ask you something, Kate, real quick. Came across my mind. When you were talking about how, because I didn't watch this full Zoom that Brooke did, when you said that they are giving away samples like 1 or 2 or 3 together, you said a stick of Slim, maybe with an Active and a Joyome. And then you said that they're turning around and they're selling something for $10. What is it specifically they're selling for $10? Like a 3-day trial pack of something? What is it?
Challenge pack.
Oh, the box.
So what they're doing is they're purchasing like the 5 packs and then they're selling them for half. Right.
Okay.
Again, this is what works for them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You cannot expect a new level 1 to do the same thing. Recently what I've done, and this is what they've done as well, is my new level 1s. I have 2 newer level 1s that are starting to share. And so what I had them do is I had them think of their top 5 that they want people to samples again, and I sent them the samples.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like because I can, and
that's
I should.
what I'm doing. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I have new ambassadors, and I've got boxes in there, and I've already got 3 boxes in my new ambassadors' hands. And I really do think, okay, so this is something that I have heard from the beginning, and I will never stop saying it. The 2 number 1 things you do that you do forever and ever and ever, and you never stop, is you talk to every influential person that you know. And the second thing is you get product in people's hands. And so I think what the opportunity that Brooke and Emily are taking with this slant is, hey, we're going to take a $10 hit, but we're going to get product in people's hands. They're going to try 4 products for 3 days. They're going to love it. And what we're going to make in return is going to be way more than that $10 that they did not get from that box. So I mean, you have to look at your ROI and understand that getting product in people's hands is so imperative. That's the goal, not making money off of sample boxes. It's getting product in hands. Okay, that's all I want to say. Awesome.
And just one little piece onto that. The reason they're successful and the reason that their ROI is so high is they don't just sell them these things and put them in the group.
Right.
I mean, both of us have that 3-day challenge toolbox up there. I mean, they are following up with these people when they order, when it comes, the prep day, day 1, day 2, day 3. They are
engaged.
Yes. And
they're with them every step of the way that they're trying this product, so that they're exciting them about it. They're encouraged about it. They're with them, holding their hand. Guys, and is that a lot of work? You darn well better betcha. But you know what? Is it going to pay off? Yeah. Yes. If you don't give people that attention, now if they don't want you to talk to them that much and they're just like, oh my gosh, I mean, you can do it in a nonchalant way, the way that they say to do it. Go to that toolbox. Just look at hashtag 3-day challenge in our team page. You're going to find the challenge toolbox with all the verbiage in there. I'm going to make a full unit out of it. I've already decided. I haven't done that yet. I'm going to do it. And I know Kate probably already has hers. It is so imperative. I mean, look, do you want this to work? Do you want it to be a system? You're going to follow these steps of the people that are making it work out there.
Yeah. And what you'll find is if you continue to do it, it's going to be so streamlined that it's going to take less and less and less time. The idea here is focused, simple duplication. And you have to have some kind of a system where you're knowing who's in these challenges, who you've asked, who's out there floating in the funnel. Like, you need to have that in your head. All right, it's 10:03.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Kate.
And my toddler is still up. Okay.
Thank you.
Outstanding. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Mwah.
Bye,
Mwah. Good night.
Good night.